Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And once again, this is the one-day chart. We're sitting here at $2.81. Today was a green day for XRP, but again, no real price movement. Earlier today, everybody thought this was the breakout we've been waiting for. I think we're going to see that breakout happen in this month. I think it's going to happen before the end of the month. It could have something to do with the Fed cutting rates, or maybe they fast track some of those XRP ETFs. Something is going to push this cryptocurrency up. And look at Bitcoin sitting under 111K again. Bitcoin and XRP, the charts almost look the same. Very similar. I'm still waiting for Bitcoin to break out as well. But one thing is for sure, this may be your last month to buy digital assets such as XRP and others at these low valuations. That comes from Black Swan Capitalists. You know, everybody thinks they always have time to accumulate XRP. They're like, well, I'm going to buy more XRP, but I'm going to wait until next month to do it. Right now, at any moment, XRP could start to break out. Why not get in while you still can at these very low prices? Because the return on investment in this cycle, the biggest return on investment, in my opinion, is going to be in XRP. There's way too many catalysts for this cryptocurrency this time around. And the other day, I did a video and I said, they will let you get rich. Everybody always talks about them shaking you out of crypto. I'm sure they already know a lot of people are going to sell way too soon. But some people, if they manage to continue to hold it and they really understand what they're holding, you will get rich off of this cryptocurrency. And nobody's going to stop you from that happening. All you got to do is have patience and a great game plan. You can easily become a millionaire off of XRP. Senate Banking finalizes details on market structure, and Gensler's texts vanish. I'm going to talk more about that in a minute. So the market structure is, the timeline is still intact. So following in October, and a full Senate vote penciled in for November or December. It's going to happen either around Thanksgiving or before Christmas. But that bill is going to get passed. You don't want this going into 2026. You want this to happen this year because that will solidify XRP going even higher. Any predictions people are making right now, if this structure bill gets passed and we get the clarity that we need for crypto, that's going to be a major game changer. That's going to push these utility-driven cryptocurrencies to much higher price points. And Nate Garossi said, former SEC Chair Gensler's text messages from October 2022 to September 2023 are missing. I'm serious. Think about everything that happened in crypto during this time. Basically, FTX collapsed through Grayscale spot Bitcoin ETF lawsuit. Makes you think. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of text messages that were going between Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren in that time frame as well. You know, these people, they just wanted to crush crypto and innovation any way they could. We all know that the big banks are behind this as well. But they also most likely wanted to cover up any involvement that they had with FTX as well. Let's hope they recover those text messages. It would be great to see those become public knowledge, but I'm sure we will never see what Gary was talking about and who he was talking to. Here's where XRP could trade by December 2025. Now, usually these Chat GTP, OpenAI, and Google Gemini predictions for XRP, they're very bearish. You see, base case, conservative, bullish. $5 to $7. And I think that $5 to $7 prediction is based on market cap and previous cycles. Now, strong bullish case, if ETFs are approved, plus the bank charter approval, plus RLUSD adoption growth align within Q4, realistically, it could push it to $10 to $15 range. Ultra bullish case, they're saying $20 plus. But again, I don't think they're factoring in the market cap multiplier. That's the game changer. I'm going to talk more about that in another video. But the fact that now even the AI is calling for $20 plus, think about that. 1,000 XRP will be worth over $20,000. And people still think that it's not going to be life-changing money to be made in this cycle. I'm telling you, 1,000 XRP will end up being enough in the end. By 2028, by 2027, most likely, I'm going to say 2027, because I think a lot's going to happen in 2026. I think we're going to start to see the rise of the new financial system, and stablecoins are going to be everywhere. I think by then, anybody holding 1,000 XRP most likely will be retired by 2027. I think things are going to move very fast in 2026. And this goes in line with what the AI said. Take a listen to this about the catalyst for XRP.
Now, price-wise, are there any things you're watching for that would be catalyst to drive this?
I think there's clues elsewhere and with other charts. So I think if you look at the total cryptocurrency market, excluding Bitcoin, that is on the cusp of breaking out into price discovery. We look at that, we kind of like to use traditional technical patterns. There's a pattern out there called the cup and handle pattern. It's really a story of price discovery. It's a very reliable pattern. Once it forms and breaks, you then go on and embark on higher ground. And I think the total cryptocurrency market cap, excluding Bitcoin, is on the cusp of breaking out. Now, the interesting thing is if you look at an XRP chart, it is literally just consolidating in and around prior all-time highs that were given in 2017. Mm-hmm. It's my belief and a very strong conviction that I have that not only is your total cryptocurrency market, excluding Bitcoin, your total two going to break out into price discovery, but the likes of XRP is about to do a similar thing. It is, what, $2.87 today? $13. Not entirely sure how that price prediction was given. I know there's that triangle pattern everybody's looking at that's been forming, that wedge-like pattern that's been forming since 2017. Our prediction for that is $19.27, where this pattern takes us. Mm-hmm. And the last time we were on, we spoke about how we could probably or potentially see that before the end of the year. I think that's very plausible given some of the things that me and you have spoken about fundamentally, where the chart is itself. You've got treasury companies, you've got ETFs. The demand for an XRP ETF is evident in regards to the fact that there's 93 ETF filings for crypto right now waiting to be approved. 1/4 of them are XRP.
Exactly.
Perhaps specific. I think you've got something like 7 baskets that have XRP in them, all of them, and 19 actual specific XRP ETF filings. So there's a demand from that. The CME came out and said that XRP futures contracts were the fastest ever future contracts to get to $1 billion in open interest.
And that is what tells you what's coming. The fact that we already see the demand for an XRP ETF, that tells you the money flow that's going to go into those ETFs, it's going to be astronomical. People still think Bitcoin is going to be the biggest ETF out there, and it's not. I think XRP is going to outperform the Bitcoin ETFs. I've been saying that for a while now, and other people are starting to figure that out as well by just looking at the demand for XRP. But take notice, he said $19.27 by the end of this year. Every single chart guy, every single influencer right now, what are they telling you? $20 plus. And if you look ultra bullish, we're going to 3 digits plus. And that most likely would happen early 2026 because we're still waiting on other catalysts to happen as well. You know, most of it's going to play out still in 2025, but the bank license will come early 2026. And I think that's going to be a big one. Then you start to factor in everything else. But let me tell you something. It is a crazy time to be an XRP investor. You know, people are about to realize what the wait was for, why it took so long to get to where we are right now, and what's about to happen next. You will realize it was worth the wait, is what I'm saying. This comes from Wrath of Carmen. It's a funny business. The Capgemini August 2025 document claims Western Union is working with Ripple to use XRP and USDC-based blockchain settlement in corridors such as Mexico, the Philippines, and Thailand, reducing T+3 settlement times to real-time transfers. And of course, this was all put into a white paper as well. You know, they're all telling you that they're going to utilize XRP. There's no secret behind it. It's going to happen. But most people right away, if it doesn't happen today, it's never going to happen at all. And that's why I always tell people, if you're going to get into crypto, don't think it's a get-rich-quick scheme. You can easily get rich in this space, but it's going to take some time. And always look at real-world events that are happening. Look at all the things that are happening around the network as well. Are rails getting put in place? Is XRP going to be utilized in these areas? Is this going to be RLUSD only at first? And will they later start utilizing XRP as well? It doesn't matter. Every single stable coin is going to need a bridge, and we are invested in the bridge. Just in, EV charging leader Blink will integrate crypto payments across its nationwide network by the end of 2025. Mass adoption is coming fast, and XRP is perfectly positioned. And you see the article right here. You know, every single company wants to get involved with crypto because they all now see crypto as the future. You know, if we went back to 2022, back then everybody thought crypto was dead. They thought the US was going to put the final nail in crypto's coffin. But then you looked out beyond the United States. You looked at what Ripple was doing in other parts of the world, what those countries were doing in other parts of the world as well. And even back then, I said, everything's going to start to accelerate. And boy, has it ever started to accelerate. Now the U.S. is playing catch up. And a lot of people don't realize that's even happening. You know, look at what they did with the Genius Act. That was part one. They had to get that stablecoin integration in the United States. Because if we're not going to have a central bank digital currency, we're going to have a stablecoin, a digital dollar. That's still going to happen. But they also had to have regulations in place so the institutions could get involved, so all these companies could get involved with crypto as well. Nothing is slowing down. Everything is still speeding up from here. And I believe it's going to continue to speed up all throughout 2026. It is going to be a great time to be in crypto. You're going to be checking your portfolio all throughout the day. Right now, everybody's frustrated because XRP is barely moving. It's kind of going sideways. Movement up, comes back down. Movement up, comes back down. But eventually, we're going to see a move up that continues to go up. And that's what everybody is waiting for. And when that begins, XRP is going to move very violently. And you're going to see it hit crazy price points during price discovery, and it's going to happen very quick. You know, everybody thinks they have time to get invested. Time is running out. Soon, XRP will be over $5. Then it'll be over $10. Then it'll be over $20. And people will still be saying, yeah, but it's not going to $100. You ever take notice people always say that? It's because they always doubt this cryptocurrency. They doubt what it's capable of. But you know what? Time and time again, XRP has proven the naysayers wrong. And I think it's going to happen again during this cycle. And until it does happen, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.